So this video is more so for myself than anyone watching, kind of an accountability booster. But anyway, let me explain myself. So I've been studying Arabic for a while now, and I've done a lot. I've gone through the whole Duolingo thing, which you can watch a video on my channel of that. It wasn't very intensive, but I've also gone through the Medina series book 1 and 2. I've gone through a few extracurricular things that my teacher went through, some extra practice. I've made my own word list on Anki and manually put in thousands of words for me to study. Made thousands of flashcards. I've been watching things, I've been reading things. So yeah, I've done a lot. But I find that when I just turn on something and just listen, or I just look at a bunch of Arabic words somewhere out in the open, in the wild, or whatever, then I don't really understand much. And I feel like I've learned a lot, or I feel like I know so much, but at the same time, I know so little. And I think I know what's happening. I'm in this like twilight zone where I know too much to be a beginner, but I feel like I don't know enough to say I'm just intermediate yet. Like I don't know enough to I don't feel comfortable saying I speak Arabic at all, or that I know Arabic like that at all. But at the same time, if you look back at what you've done when you're studying a language, you would see how far you've gone. Like when I'm watching something, I don't understand most of what I'm hearing, but it's better than not understanding anything of what I'm hearing. So what I've been doing, and kind of the phase I'm in right now, is a phase where the honeymoon phase of learning a language is kind of over. And all that's left now, because I've pretty much gotten the grammar of everything. I mean, there's always more grammar to go over, but I've pretty much got it down for most of the stuff I would encounter just normally. All that's really left is just grinding, is just to read more stuff, to watch more stuff, and to study more words and increase your vocab. And that's really all there is to it. Like it's just, at this point, it's just grinding. And I've been kind of lazy when it comes to grinding because I don't understand much. Like it's really hard to sit there and just watch something when you understand like a fourth of what's happening, or even that. And I've tried the techniques where, watch something that you've already watched before so you have context. But honestly, all that makes me want to do is just watch the original, because now I'm remembering it, and it's like I don't hear the dialogue anymore, or I don't see, hear, read, whatever. It's not the same, but watching something and understanding like a fourth of what's happening, if even that, it's really boring. And the same thing goes for reading. Reading something, sometimes I just look at it like a whole paragraph of Arabic, and it's just like, ugh, man, if this was English, this would be done in no time. But every time I read something, if it's long, it's a hassle. It's a thing. It's not just read it and move on. It's like effort, significant effort. But if I don't, hold on, let me get my train of thought. If I don't push forward through this, I'm not going to get over that last hump. Like there's this last hurdle, last hill, last whatever to get over. Not before I'm super fluent and just talking really fast, but just until I'm at the point where I have some functionality, decent amount of functionality in the language. Because I feel like I know a lot, but the functionality isn't there. And this is like the last step, the last hump to get over before I can say that I speak Arabic. I think I'll feel comfortable saying that after I get over this last hump and finally be solid into intermediate level. Because I feel like I'm in this twilight zone, like I said before, between beginner and truly being comfortable in the intermediate section. I feel like there's not enough functionality for me to truly be an intermediate. Like I feel like if I was a real intermediate, maybe I wouldn't know everything, but if I see a paragraph, it wouldn't be so exhausting just to read a paragraph, or hard to watch a video, a TV show or whatever. I should be able to follow more. That's what I'm trying to say. And so that brings me to the title of this video. This is the final push. Right now, it's at the end of October. For the next 2 months, November and December, I want to just completely immerse, or as much as I can. There's still some stuff that I need to take care of in English, so obviously I'm going to do that. But I'm going to up the reading. Everything I do has to be watching when I'm having downtime or something. Instead of just watching some YouTube video or some show, it has to be in Arabic. Everything has to be in Arabic. And I'm going to up my reading more, and then up the amount that I'm studying my word list. And obviously when I encounter new words, reading, or if I hear it, then I'll add it to my word list and then continue, just keep studying. So vocab's going to increase, reading is going to drastically increase, and listening is going to drastically increase. I do have to work on speaking practice. So I'll get to that sometime. But anyway, I'm not that bad at speaking, actually, if I know the word, because I can pronounce the letters real smooth if I go slow. But yeah, also previous videos I did on Arabic, you can hear me talk. You can check it out yourself. It's not that great, but it's okay. So yeah, this is the final push. These next 2 months, I'm just gonna completely dive off the deep end into Arabic. Everything I do, all the downtime I have. Oh, I found this website where it's just live streaming Arabic cartoons 24/7. So anytime where I'm doing something, just have an earbud in my ear listening to the Arabic cartoons. I find that easier to just find some kind of thing live. There's also broadcasts that are on YouTube of like news stations, but it's different content. So maybe I'll do both. But either way, a live channel is even better than sometimes like a podcast, because I don't have to look up something, or even with podcasts, I have to spend time searching for a video. So if I have a live channel, I can just listen to the live channel whenever, just pop it on and just listen. So that's it. For the next 2 months, I'm going to submerge myself, immerse myself in the Arabic language, because there's only one last hurdle to get over. I'm pretty good on all the grammar. I'm pretty good on how the language works. I know all this stuff. مبتدا خبر نعت ومنعوت حرف الجر, all kinds of stuff. The subject, the predicate, which I just said in Arabic, but subject, the predicate, the pronouns, the verbs. I know how to say I'm going, I did go, I will go, I used to go. I think I'm pretty solid. The only thing left is I just need to expand the workability, which means expanding the vocab and being able to recognize words, whether they're written down or whether they're spoken out loud, and I can hear it. So that is it. That's the final stretch. And after I get over this last hump and I gain a decent amount of functionality, not just, textbook knowledge, because I feel like if you dive too much into textbook knowledge, like you can study a language and not know how to speak it. There are people that know all about like Latin and stuff, having degrees and all that, but they don't speak Latin. So I feel like I know a lot of textbook cookie cutter knowledge, but not enough functionality. So the next 2 months will be focused on functionality almost entirely. And when I get over this next hump, then I will finally say that I speak Arabic. And that will be that. And then from there, I'm just going to obviously just keep going to get stronger and stronger at it. But at that point, I'll feel confident enough to say that I speak the language. So here goes nothing. And that's why I created this video, because I've actually tried to do this a couple times, and man, I found it really boring, and I found myself going back to just English videos, and I'm like, no, no. If I don't do this, I'll never get over that hump. And if I do, then I can continue to watch the stuff in Arabic, and it won't be that bad because I'll understand enough to follow along a decent amount to where I'm not super bored. But right now, it is like that. So, accountability booster. That's what this video is, an accountability booster. Now I have something on the internet saying I was going to do this, and I can be called out by myself. Anyway, that's it. I'm hoping after this I'll gain enough function. I'm not saying that it'll happen like January 1st. I'll have all the functionality. I mean, it is only 2 months. But hey, man, people can go far when they're fully immersed. If you were actually living in a country, I've heard people becoming fluent in like 6 months, and when they're just there, and that's the language they have to deal with every day. Not exactly the same situation here, but I'll try to get as close to it as possible. And since I already know a lot, like I know a lot of textbook stuff, all that needs to be done is just to gain more functionality with what I know, and then also expand more with more vocab and stuff like that. So I'm hoping after these 2 months into January, or even if it takes another month into February, I'll be able to have enough functionality to say that I once and for all speak this language, and I will feel comfortable telling people that in real life, hey, I speak Arabic. So got to do it. Final stretch, final push. Let's go.